Hi, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Facebook, more specifically, the Facebook Legacy Contact feature. Hi, I'm Kate Huffnagel, also known as the Digital Wrangler. After spending 25 years working in high-tech fields like software development, big data, and artificial intelligence, I decided to put my technical prowess to use so that everyone can benefit. So today we're going to be talking about Facebook. Anybody here have a Facebook account? Anybody's parents have a Facebook account? Well, depending on how old you are, maybe even your grandparents have an account. What I want to explain to you today is why this legacy contact feature is important, and then I'm going to walk you through on how to designate your own Facebook legacy contact. So let me start by telling you a story. Not too long ago, I was in Denver speaking to a group of small business owners about what kind of legacy they were going to leave behind from a digital afterlife perspective. Because yes, this digital afterlife is now become a thing, especially in recent years. As I was going through my presentation and I got to a point where I was talking about Facebook, a woman in the audience bravely raised her hand and shared a story. And we all knew before she even opened her mouth to speak that she was going to have something very personal to share because she was visibly upset. She went on to tell us that about 6 years ago, she lost her husband to a long battle of some sort of illness, right? That she was keeping those details to herself, rightfully so. 6 years ago, this concept of a digital afterlife didn't exist, and she didn't know the password to her husband's Facebook account. And quite frankly, she shared that she never really gave it any thought. But the heart of her story is actually about something that happened 2 years ago. Her deceased husband's Facebook account was hacked, and she discovered that it was hacked because the hackers were sending her Facebook messages from her deceased husband's Facebook account. This is where she got a bit emotional, rightfully so. As she shared with me and this group of small business owners, it was as though her husband was talking to her from the dead. She doesn't want anyone else to go through that emotional trauma, and that is what inspired her to share her story. I cannot begin to understand the impact that this hacking had on this woman. But I do want to commend her for her bravery in sharing that story. Now, this is something that I don't want anyone else to go through. And I have another story of a former colleague of mine who told me that despite knowing that her mom was going to pass away, and despite working with her mom for a couple of years to get everything organized, she actually forgot about her Facebook account. And so today, since she has no access to her mom's Facebook account, her mom and memories with her mom frequently pop up on her Facebook feed. And as this woman has shared with me, she says, that's the worst part. I have no control over this. And every time one of these memories pops up in my Facebook feed, it's like my mom is passing away all over again. So these two stories just scratch the surface as to why it's important to think about the digital afterlife that you are leaving behind. Now, in both situations, these women reached out to Facebook for support. And as heartbreaking as it is to hear, Facebook pretty much ignored all of their outreach. Why? Because Facebook has a very strong privacy policy and terms of service agreement. You know, those documents that Facebook presents to us when we first created our account, however many years ago that was, right? You check the box, yes, I consent, but who here reads those things? Okay, admittedly, I do, but that's kind of my job. Today, we're going to talk about those policies ever so briefly, and then I'm going to walk you through how to designate your legacy contact. So let's take a look at Facebook's terms of service. We are specifically looking in section 4, paragraph 5, and I guess it's called subparagraph 5. And you'll see in this paragraph, legacy contact is the one person that Facebook will give access to your account. And the challenge is that one, most people don't know that this feature exists, and two, there is no default setting, meaning when you created your account, it defaulted to nobody. Now, on the off chance that you don't know about this feature and you don't designate a legacy contact, well, even though Facebook's privacy policy in terms of service agreements state that you can provide legal documentation, what I'm learning from litigation and probate attorneys, it's costly to take legal action, and usually the courts are ruling in favor of Facebook. So let's think about this. We have agreed to Facebook's terms of service, which states, okay, Kate, we're not sharing your account information with anybody unless you tell us via the legacy contact feature. The challenge is we need to tell Facebook before we pass away, because let's face it, once we pass away, we're not around to tell them. And the way to tell Facebook who we want to have access to our account is through the legacy contact feature. So let's walk through on how to designate our legacy contact. I want you to grab your phone and open up your Facebook app. Once you have Facebook open, I want you to go to the lower right-hand corner where you see your photo and touch that. From here at the top, I want you to touch the gear. That is going to open your account settings. Once you open your account settings, you'll see the Meta Accounts Center displayed. At this point, I want you to touch See More in Accounts Center. Once the Meta Accounts Center opens, you'll see a whole lot of information presented. Now, since I have multiple Facebook accounts, because I do have a business account, you'll see that I have profiles. Under that, you'll see a section called Connected Experiences. And below that, you'll see a section that's called Account Settings. It is under Account Settings that I want you to touch Personal Details. Facebook is then going to present you the personal information that they have associated with your account. At the bottom, I want you to touch Account Ownership and Control. Once you touch Account Ownership and Control, your screen should look something like this. Next, I want you to touch the memorialization option at the top. Once you touch memorialization, your screen should look something like this. Now, I click My Personal Profile because that is the account that I want to memorialize. At this point, if you don't have a legacy contact selected, you'll be prompted to potentially set one up. I already have one set up, but I'm going to change it to my husband. So I'm going to click on Be Right Back. That's my sister's cute way of putting herself on Facebook. Here, Facebook is prompting me to tell them who do I want my Facebook legacy contact to be. Now, the challenge that we have is that Facebook restricts our legacy contact to literally be a Facebook friend of ours. When you touch in the search bar that says Search Facebook Friends, you can begin typing in the name of your Facebook friend, who you want to be your legacy contact, and Facebook should start showing and displaying which of your friends have those search terms. My husband's name is Bill. I'm going to start typing in Bill, and as you see, I have 2 friends on Facebook whose name is Bill. So just make sure that you are selecting the appropriate person that you want to be your legacy contact. Once I select Bill's name, then I am prompted with a question. Do I give Bill permission to archive my Facebook data? So let's take a look at the 2 options. If I give Bill permission, I am telling Facebook, okay, not only is Bill my legacy contact, but I am authorizing Bill to download the data associated with my Facebook account. This is entirely a personal decision. So Facebook gives the other option, not to give the legacy contact permission to download that data. This is your decision. There's no right or wrong answer here. Since I met my husband later in life, quite frankly, years after I created a Facebook account, I want to give him the opportunity to download the data. He may want to see and have digital copies of photos that I posted, say from my childhood, that I shared before I met him and that maybe he's never seen anyplace else. Select the option that makes sense for you. In my case, I am selecting yes. Please give Bill permission to download a copy of my data. Once I select the option that I want, I hit the blue Save button. Now Facebook presents you with the opportunity to actually send a Facebook message to your legacy contact. And Facebook actually makes it a little easier by giving you a pre-populated message. I'm going to modify my message a little bit just because, I like to be cute, even though I am almost 50. So I'm just going to make some changes here like, hey, babe, this way he knows it's me. XOX, because that's usually how I sign my messages to him, and I put my name. Now, you can skip this step if you want to, but I do recommend that you not skip this step because if anything else, by sending this message to your legacy contact, you have an opportunity to have a conversation. Yes, I know the conversation may not be fun. It's so important to share and have these conversations with our loved ones. If you choose to tailor your message to your legacy contact, feel free to take a minute to do that now. And when you're ready, hit the blue button to send that message to your legacy contact. If you chose to send a message to your legacy contact, you'll then get a little confirmation pop up at the bottom of your screen. Now, if you want to confirm that your settings actually truly were accepted by Facebook, you can then click on your name and review the options that you selected. So here you're going to see that my legacy contact has been changed to Bill, and I have the data archive permission set to on. These settings are not set in stone. You can change your mind at any time. But for me, at this point in time, my husband is going to be my Facebook legacy contact, and I have given him permission to download my Facebook data. At this point, you can exit out of Facebook, so congratulations. You have set up your Facebook legacy contact. Facebook made it pretty easy, didn't they? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to share it with your loved ones and friends and family. Share it with anyone that you know that has a Facebook account.